Alright, here we go again. If you are new to the channel, 3 simple rules are no blah blah intro, no pausing, some yada yada at the end, and that's it. We continue with the second of these one-off specials. Thanksgiving. Lego.
The Ricky Gervais Show on Guardian Unlimited.
Welcome to the second in this series of 3 special free podcasts with the Guardian Unlimited, with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant,
hello,
and Carl Pilkington.
Right.
Oh, no
These are a special thank you to all the fans that bought the last few podcasts we've done. Still available on iTunes. You can't miss it. It's at number 1 in the charts. Carl, it's Thanksgiving.
I don't know what that means. I don't know how we're doing this.
I'm slightly in agreement with you, actually. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving.
Well, no, but it was, arbitrary dates are easy to remember for some people. Halloween,
Well,
Thanksgiving,
it
Christmas,
starts with
easy to
confusion.
remember.
Carl.
I don't think Thanksgiving is.
Well, it is in America, and
Yeah, but I couldn't tell you. I mean, I've been around for 30 odd years. I've never celebrated one of them. I've never done anything about it. No one has. I don't know any relation who has ever said, "Are you popping around for Thanksgiving?" I don't know, when is it? I've never done it.
because it's not celebrated in this
So
country.
why are we celebrating it?
We're not celebrating it. It's an arbitrary date to do a podcast.
I just don't know what it's about. I mean, before you celebrate something.
You don't celebrate Halloween, do you? But we did that.
No, but it annoys me how people don't actually know what the occasion is, but they celebrate it. Kids don't know what Christmas is about these days. It's just like, oh, I'll get some toys. That's
Yeah,
what I mean. So Thanksgiving, it's just another one, isn't it? It's another event.
Okay, why do you celebrate Christmas then?
Because everyone else does. You can't get
Brilliant.
away from it. I'd quite happily block it out. If I did a new diary, I'd leave out that date and go, come on, let's get on, let's do something good.
Well, you go on holiday every 2 weeks. What's that to celebrate?
No, I'm just
But
saying.
people need a little break, don't they? It's a great.
He doesn't.
Christmas is a great time. Even
Yeah,
if you
but
take
the
away the
problem
religious
is, what I
aspect.
don't like about it is everyone's off at the same time, so everything stops. See, what I'd do is, I'd say to people, do you like Christmas? Yeah. Right, when do you want to celebrate this year? And let them do it whenever they want.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Why? As long as you're remembering baby Jesus, does it matter when you're remembering him?
But
That doesn't
I'm an
make any
atheist,
sense.
and I
Sorry.
celebrate Christmas because it's a time of year where everyone is off and everyone gets together.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care what they call it.
The fact that we're all doing it at the same time is what's nice about
No,
it. There's a
it's
sense
not.
of community,
No.
national community.
Everyone
No.
shuts down by about December 15th or whatever. And then it doesn't get going again till like January the 6th.
But what is it you're missing out on during this period?
Just there's like 2 weeks there. I mean, that bit between Christmas and New Year, you might as well delete that out of the calendar.
Yeah, because heaven
nothing
forbid you
happens.
can't pop down
So
the
what?
library because it's closed. all that reading you've got to catch up on.
People
I'm
are
just saying
celebrating.
that we're wasting time.
I've
What
never
are you
seen-
doing there?
I've never seen anyone on this planet waste as much time as you.
I was gonna
If you're
say-
not on holiday, you're following an insect around the fucking park. So don't give me that shit.
I'm just saying that I don't like fun.
Never a true
Wow.
There we are. We've got to the nub of it here. You don't
That's the
like
best
fun. This
quote
is true.
ever.
You don't like
No.
anything.
almighty, you do not like fun.
No, organised fun. I hate that thing. I've said it a bit before about, it's that date, that's what you've got to do. Will there come a time when someone goes, we've done enough of this? Will there come a time, and Thanksgiving,
Possibly. Yeah, possibly, yeah. Things change, don't they?
And you'll be happy then, will you?
In 5,000 years' time, when we all worship Glong.
yeah, we just make
Yeah,
a change.
okay.
That's all I want. Because I've been keeping a diary.
Yeah.
Uh,
What did you have in the calf yesterday, for example? We can read about that later.
it's just like Ricky said. Oh, are you gonna do another one next year? And I wouldn't, because it's you do the same stuff every year, don't you? It's set up the same way. January, February. It's the same thing. It's the same routine. And if you're writing in
Why
a
are they
book,
always doing them in the same order, those months?
It sickens me, Rick. I tell you.
you see, it's just easy to put stuff off whilst we've got this calendar. Whereas if you didn't have a date, you'd have to do everything straight away.
What?
Say if
What
I
a
was in charge
ridiculous.
Oh God, heaven forbid.
and
Yeah.
someone said that building needs knocking down.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. If we didn't have a calendar, you go, let's do it now then. Whereas because we've got a calendar, it's easy to say next Wednesday.
I love him! His theories are amazing! I mean,
Insane.
I don't know. Maybe he is a real visionary thinker. maybe he is free. You know what I like about him though? All his thoughts, they're about freedom of expression in a strange way.
Yeah, 'cause
He's
it
not
doesn't
burdened
work.
by anything. He just goes, well, why do we think like that?
But
He
who-
questions everything like a true visionary
This doesn't work.
scientist.
But who gets a diary come Christmas time, which I know you hate, you know,
Yeah.
for the next year, and thinks, what a piece of
Oh,
shit.
now I've got to
I'm
put
just gonna
something
do
for
stuff when I want to do it.
I'm going to take out next Wednesday. There's no such thing
No.
as next
No,
Wednesday.
but what I'm saying is, before the year's even started, I know in that new diary I can whiz forward to December 25th and I go, another Christmas.
I don't know what you mean.
So everything's set in stone before I've even
one
started
knows,
the new
to be
year.
honest.
It's like, oh, Pancake Tuesday, that's coming up. So someone's already
Remember it's
decided.
Tuesday.
Someone's already decided.
Someone's already
Stuck
telling
with
me
the
what I'm
pancake-
doing on half of the
pancake
year.
Tuesday. Can't go wrong.
And it
But
just be
all those
nice.
pages
Oh,
are
fucking
blank,
hell.
Carl, for you to fill up with stuff.
Oh, guess what? Guess when my birthday is again? 23rd of September.
Just saying, move them about a bit, move the days about a bit so it doesn't get predictable.
But when we change Pancake Tuesday to Thursday,
Thursday.
do we tell anyone else?
Yeah, they do an advert on the telly, just saying don't forget to buy your pancake mix.
But
this
so
week it's
why?
Thursday.
Carl, why not just stick with what we've already got? Because if you know it's
Actually,
fine
with that,
everyone anyway.
I wouldn't put a date on that pancake day anyway. Just have it when you want. Have it when you want. There's no big deal. You've got to make them yourself. It's not like some place is opening to do it. Have them when you want. I don't know why that's got a special day on it. Sick of it.
Oh my god, all that started with Thanksgiving. Jeez.
Happy
Spring.
Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is based on new settlers to a new land surviving.
Yeah.
And
There you
I
go.
was talking to Carl in the week. We were talking about new settlers and everything, and I was thinking, imagine if you had to start a new settlement now. Okay, there's something wrong with the world. Okay, the world was
This should be good.
kaput. Okay, and we found another planet. So, Carl, if you had to go to a new planet, don't worry about starting life again. They've got sort of like these breeder clones that do all that, but you can choose 6 people from this world to take to start this whole new world. Okay, so you need, you know, as I say, you don't need to.
So
worry
what's
about,
happening here? Is this?
It's going to be wiped out. Okay, it's going to be wiped out. But there's enough on this spaceship for you and 5 other people. Okay, and they've got them there. They've got these sort of breeder clones there, so it's going to be populated. You're going to have the workers, the drones, everything like that. But you want to take 6, I suppose, sort of world lords to teach, to lay down the politics, the teachings, the laws, the government.
I'd hate
Okay,
this. I'd hate it. And how long
already
have I
eaten.
Uh,
got to make a decision on it?
till the end of this podcast. Right, go. Who do you take? Who's the first person you take, and why?
And where are we going? Mars.
Okay,
Planet.
so a planet where there's an atmosphere.
I've got to know where
and
I'm going because I've got
uh,
to sell it to the people who I'm asking. There's no point when I go,
Okay,
are you coming with me? Where are you going? I don't know.
It's just like this world. There's oxygen, there's seas, there's rivers, there's forests, there's animals. Okay, but we're going to populate it with the human race, and you can choose 6 people to lord over this new kingdom.
You want the best people for the job.
Yeah. So who's the first person?
Probably
tough one.
Patrick Moore.
Why? Why would you
that?
take Patrick Moore?
Just because he knows his way about up there, doesn't he? He'll know the way. So just have him. I think that will whoever I pick next. If they see that he's going, they'll go right. You know, it's going to be a long
Moore's
journey
on
as it
board.
is. You don't want someone who's going to be going. Is it left here? Is it right? Do you know what I mean?
An
And he can
explorer
play
of
the
some
xylophone
sort.
on the
Or...
journey.
But
Is a-
Carl,
Right.
is Moore the most useful person to have if you've only got 6? Because he may be very useful getting to the planet.
No, but I've
once
always
you got
wanted to
there,
meet him as well. I've always wanted a chat, and that'd be a good chance, wouldn't it, when I'm in a rocket? How long's it taking to get to Mars?
I don't know, a year.
It's not
That's what I mean.
No,
Mars.
it's not Mars. It's somewhere else. Okay, so it's a year to get there, and then.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. So it's a good chance to have a chat with him
For a
about
year.
stuff.
A chat for a year.
So Matt
And I
Moore.
think he'd be up for it as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think you know. it's his-
why do you think that?
Just because he spent his whole life talking about what's going on up there, isn't it? And yet he's never been. And I feel sorry for him. You know, most
It's
people
astronomer?
when they're into something, they get to go to a place, don't they?
Sure.
People who don't know who Patrick Moore is, he's an 80-year-old
Astronomer.
astronomer.
There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
what I mean.
Okay.
So let him have a bit of a good life.
I
So
honestly,
Moore's on board.
Yeah, Patrick Moore. He's on. Right, out 5 others.
4 others now.
It's all going to be the same, isn't it? It's all going to be space people.
Jamie Oliver.
Why would you take Jamie Oliver?
For the food.
Just food and that. You need someone, because they say that like you can feel down if you don't eat.
He couldn't convince 8-year-olds to eat a carrot. What's he going to do in this brave new world?
Jesus.
They're all going to be on turkey Twizzlers.
I think he's got the right attitude. He wouldn't be faffing about. Remember, we've landed now on this new world.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like. The people who've
Listen,
made
I
me go,
love Jamie Oliver. I think he's great.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't be in my 5 people to start a new world. That's all I'm saying. Nor would Patrick Moore, because he knew the way.
Well, what chef would you pick?
I wouldn't pick a chef. Why would I pick a chef?
Because you want someone who's going to, like I say, food's important. When you're low, there's nothing better. If you're a bit fed up, there's nothing better than having a good...
But Carl, I don't think you quite grasped that these people have to start civilization again. They have to be wise people who can make the laws.
Yeah, and before you do all that, you need a good meal. So Jamie Oliver, that's his job. It's like when we get there, that's when he kicks in.
Why not just take food?
He's the first one,
Can I
really, who gets
suggest
going.
just to save 2 places on Patrick Moore and Jamie Oliver, take a map and a cookbook. Okay, who's number 3?
What sort of state is this world in? Does it need...
Oh, it's going to take a fucking gardener. It's like
It's the world, but new.
It's the world but new, untouched by humans. There've been no fossil fuels burnt, no machinery, no wars, just this Garden of Eden. And you, Patrick Moore and Jamie Oliver pitch up.
Plus, who else, Carl? Go now. First thought.
Attenborough.
Again, he's a genius, and he's a
What's he
bit
gonna
of
do
a hero
exactly?
of mine. But I don't know if we need
He's going to
Attenborough.
narrate the journey.
Just because I reckon if it's a new world, you're saying it's the same, but they always say, don't they, that all worlds are different. So I'd want him there just to sort of, when we're roaming around, because we'll all stick together for a bit, won't we? When we're roaming around.
Then they'll be sick of the sight of you. They go, let's lose Carl.
But you've got 2 men so far who've got a combined age of about 150. I mean, if you're starting a brave new world, dare I say, not going to be around very long. Shouldn't you be taking some younger, fresher blood?
No, not really, because they haven't lived, have they? These have lived, and they can and they're useful. Like I say, Patrick Moore's done his bit. He's got us there.
What is Richard
Oliver
Attenborough
cooked
going
us
to
a
do?
dinner. Day 2, I reckon we'd end that on day 1. There, we'd have a dinner. We'd all have a chat.
I don't think you're thinking of the future. I think you're thinking.
Picture it.
Exactly, I think you're thinking of the journey and then the first night.
Yeah. There's the whole
Okay. So you've
day-
got
day
David
2.
Attenborough,
Yeah.
you've got Patrick Moore, and you've got
David
Jamie Oliver, you've got 2 other places.
I get the feeling that you're not so much recruiting people for a new world as I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
As a dinner party of people you'd like to meet that you've seen on the telly. Oh. Come on, and 2 more.
I'd text someone who's a bit daft. Just so.
No, you don't need to, Carl.
That's covered, believe us.
No, that's what I mean, though. I don't want them having a go at me going, why are you here? I'd point the attention somewhere else. To text someone else who'd sort of wind them up. So
Who's that then?
Paul Denham, or someone like that.
It really is. I'm a celebrity. So you've got Patrick Moore, you've got David Attenborough, you've got Jamie Oliver and Paul Denham. A brave new
They're
world.
starting life again.
Okay then, brilliant.
Sounds
Oh
familiar.
God! Right, one more. This is amazing. It's going to be. I'd love to go back and visit this in 1,000 years. What teachings they laid down. Oh God!
Don't know. It'd have to be a woman. I think you've got to have a woman
Why?
in that little group, haven't you? Who's
You don't have to.
another woman chef or.
Oh my
It's
god!
mainly eating.
He's got that covered with Oliver, but no, he's got to take Nigella in case he's in a cream cake kind of mood.
Oh God! Delia Smith was furious. She packed her bags and everything.
Or a nurse.
Now you're thinking.
Abby Titmus?
Nurse.
Carl, I know you like to be kept abreast of all the latest breaking science news. Did you read recently about the blind mice that they have been able to make see again? And hopefully they're whatever they did, which allowed these mice to be able to see again, they're hoping to be able to do with humans in maybe about 10 years' time, or at least begin tests in 10 years' time, which is pretty impressive, isn't it? To be able to take
How many are these mice did they experiment on?
3, probably.
Right. They were,
Three blind
it
mice.
wasn't taking place in a farmhouse, was it, at all?
I didn't read the intricacies of the.
Did they have
story.
tails? Did they still have their tails?
The 3 blind mice?
Because yeah, they're
I don't know. Again,
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. Well,
okay.
what's your concern?
Well, I think I know what happened there.
Really?
Yeah, I think the farmer's wife probably got annoyed at
Right.
them running
Why?
after her.
Right.
Uh,
But how could they run after her? Because they're blind.
I don't know. I think they used a sense of smell and hearing. They could hear clogs, and they followed the sound of the big fat clogs. But you know, they got their comeuppance. They lost their tails, so now they're blind with no tails. Is that not the story?
I think you confused.
Okay.
Another more recent story
Okay.
with that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave that then.
I don't know,
Carl,
but-
thoughts though? That
Extraordinary, isn't it? To be able to cure blindness would be a remarkable achievement in science.
Not
It
on a
is,
mi-
but it's
not a
just
mouse.
that thing how they say they've done it on mice and what have you.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I was blind and I went in for the meeting with the doctor,
Yeah.
and they said, "Do you want yours doing?" And then they said, like, "I've done it on mice." That wouldn't be good enough for me.
Mm.
I'd say, look, when the blind fella gets in, don't say we've done it on mice. Just say we've done this on eyes. Because what eyes? Just say just a pair of eyes.
Yeah.
As soon as you say mouse's eyes, it's like, well, it's not the same, and it sort of, it would make me go, I'll leave it.
Yeah. And then you wake up and you can see, but you've got very tiny eyes right in the you've put in mice eyes. I'm scared of cats.
It's just eyes. I think I just don't like having my eyes messed with, and even if I was blind, I wouldn't like it.
Right.
And I think mine are more active than most. My eyes.
What do you mean?
Well, I went for a what's her name, Steve. You don't know. I've had problems with my legs.
Oh, Christ.
Yes,
He's the same.
yes,
what are you?
yes.
33.
He's a
And you talk
hypochondriac.
like you're a 70-year-old man.
Honestly, the slightest thing, he's got time off work for this. We went to the dentist 3 times in 1 week. He goes, now his leg's rubbed 2 times a week for
No,
some
I don't.
reason.
I don't.
In and out of the kidney hospital, and they're going, there's no kidney stone, Mr. Pilkington. He's going, oh, right. Christ almighty, do some fucking work.
No, the thing is, I've been in the last like 30 odd years. I've been working hard, and I've let my
Yeah.
body get run down a bit.
How have you, like, you're 30,
Monkey
what are you?
News, Rockbusters.
33.
Right, 33. Sorry to start off with such a hard question. But how have you been working for 30 years?
Well, I just have. I
What
sort
is
of,
this
I got on with it.
At 3. At 3.
No, I'm
Well, you
just
didn't get
saying.
on with anything at school, did you? Because you were just pissing about.
Yeah.
You weren't working
Yeah.
out there.
What was the first job you got? How old were you?
I was 15.
Right, okay, so you've been working for 15 years then. Okay, good,
Yeah, but
right.
I had my paper round when I was 10, didn't I? And that was hard graft. That's why I'm bald and that. Getting up at R4.
No.
It all adds up, doesn't it? All adds up. So anyway, when I kicked my height when I was a kid,
He always says this, like it's a classic story that everyone should know.
Everyone
And
knows
also
that.
the
It is a
phrase
classic
"kicking
story.
my own height."
Yeah.
Explain what you mean.
just kicked my height when I was a
Kick
kid.
your. No one understands.
You kicked
Carl.
your leg up to the
kicked my
height that
leg.
you were at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
if
kicked
you were,
my height. It's not a
height.
well-known phrase. You can't just go, "I kicked my height."
so you were 4.5 foot and you've put your toe up into the air 4.5 feet by kicking.
Yeah, but I landed on my back.
Right,
I
okay.
don't
Imagine seeing that in the playground. They go, get Carl Pilkington to kick his height. I bet he falls over like a
It
fucking
wasn't in the
penguin.
playground. My dad got me to do it in the garden.
Brilliant.
But why did
He
you fall
sold
over?
tickets, the neighbours were cracking
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Why did you fall over? Did you hit
I just
yourself in
didn't,
the
I didn't
head?
have a kick the height. I mean, my leg got high up, but I was that chuffed that I got that high. I didn't think of putting my leg down again.
Like, what the fuck did that look like?
He's got to think it all through. I thought it was automatic. It's like, you
Stayed there.
You sort of
Well,
stay
well,
balanced.
Christ
But you didn't
almighty.
think, well, I'm loving
He has
this,
no
this is brilliant, but
instincts.
what should I do now? I got my leg up, I'll just keep it up. Whoa!
It looked like a Hitler salute with his leg. What were you doing?
So anyway, I landed on my back,
Yeah.
and I did some damage, I think.
Yeah,
because of
definitely.
You sure you didn't land on your head?
And it's because of that, like all them years and what have you.
Yeah.
I've had like a trapped nerve in my leg.
Right.
So I thought, right, now's the time to have it done, because when you get older, I mean, it was the kidney stone thing. Once you've sort of looked at, death and what have you. It just makes you think, got to start looking after
Do you
your
think you
body.
could die of the slightly bad leg that you've had for 15 years?
Well,
Do you think that'll eventually kill you?
well, it could do if I can't run away from danger quick enough.
Right. Again, you're thinking of Jurassic Park coming true.
Well, whatever
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I'm just saying, you've
Yeah.
got to look after yourself. You know, if there's anyone listening,
could
out
always
there
hop.
who's got a problem, get it sorted.
I'll tell you what, though, if you have to fight off danger and you kick them, put the leg back down immediately after.
So anyway, so I went to see this fella to like a professional leg rubber,
Professional leg rubber.
Yeah, I remember this.
and
yeah.
he
Professional
sort of
leg
said
rubber.
a few things that were quite interesting. Remember that time when we had a chat on the last lot of like podcasts? I said, "Am I in charge of my brain, or is my
Yeah.
brain in charge of me?"
Yeah, do you remember what I said? It's the most stupid thing you've ever said.
Yeah. Well, listen to this then. So I go and see this leg rubber,
Professional leg rubber, yeah.
right? And he is professional,
Yeah.
right? so
Remember, leg rubber. You haven't said doctor at any
Yeah.
point in this
He's
conversation.
a leg rubber.
So this whatever, however profound this is, it came from a man who is self-confessed professionally leg rubbing.
not just leg.
Does he do
back,
left and right? Or
back rubbing as well? He does it all.
Oh, okay.
So I'm in
Professional
there,
rubber.
and I didn't mention about how I thought my brain was in charge of me and stuff. I'm lying there. He's bending me about and what have you. The first problem he came across is that my nerves aren't long enough in my
Right.
body.
I don't know.
we nerves aren't long enough for your body.
He was lifting my legs up and I was going, right, stop that a minute, that's hurting that. He's like, what do you mean? He said, I've only got them like just about...
Well, that's your tendons.
No, but your nerves are in your legs as well, and your tendons don't hurt, it's your nerves that kick in. It's your nerves that make you
Well,
go,
yeah,
that
but they
hurts.
hurt because your tendons are being overstretched.
Well, I'm just telling you what he said. Right, so he lifted the leg up, and I went, right,
Was
stop
this
doing
above a
that.
laundrette, this surgery?
No, it's a proper place. He had like towels and all that on
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's got towels.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Definitely a laundrette.
so I'm lying there.
Other people's towels.
He's got towels,
Halfway through,
underpants, bras.
halfway through, he said, you haven't got 20p, have you, for the dryer?
So I'm lying there, and he lifts the leg up,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that hurts a lot. So he said, oh yeah, short nerves. And I said, what do you mean? He said, your outside of the body is longer than your inside.
Right, he doesn't sound like a doctor. He does not sound like a
The
doctor.
outside of your body's
Yeah.
longer than the inside.
So stupid.
So he had me lying
God.
on my front and what have you, and he was sort of crushing me back.
Right.
And he was going, does that hurt? I said, yeah. It was like 48 quid this as well. Putting me through all this pain and what have you.
Well, you've got some good advice, though.
He said, you're pretty stressed. And I said, yeah. So it's, I've quite a bit of stress in my life. And I explained to him about the kidney stones and that. I said, oh, that's
He went, oh, shut the fuck up.
He said that's where you probably got a lot of tenseness. And
A lot of tenseness. Is that the phrase he used as a
Yeah,
trained
he's
professional rubber? Or?
He's a doctor. He's definitely a doctor.
So anyway, he said, do you
Tenseness.
relax much?
You haven't got any Lenore, have you? I want these cheeks to come out nice and soft.
He said, do you, you should learn to meditate or something. He said, because you're all tensed up. We're living in a stressful world, as they tell me about it. So when I was telling him that I have problems relaxing, he said, that you're obviously the sort of person
Who's a
Who's gullible enough to spend 46 quid for this? Hokum.
He said, you're the sort of person whose brain is in charge of them,
No.
rather than them being in charge of the
So
brain.
all you did
Nope.
was you met a person as stupid as you.
Yeah.
No, but I thought it's interesting that this is what he does for a living.
Yeah.
And he picked up, that was the first visit, that's the first, I'd only been there about 22 minutes. You
Yeah.
get half an hour for 48
God.
quid.
Right.
But he picked up on that
Yeah.
within like 15,
No, he saw it
20
right
minutes.
fucking second coming. No, he did pick up on that, yeah.
But
Okay,
anyway,
don't go
reason-
to him again.
The reason, I am doing, I've got locked into it, I've got to go at least another 3 times.
Why?
I'm trying
What
to
do
get
you
out
mean?
of it. I don't know, I didn't realise that you have to have a minimum amount of things. So what I'm saying
I can't
is,
wait. What's the wisdom he's going to come up with next week? That'll be brilliant. I will kind of, yeah.
No, but what I'm saying
Your
is,
blood's paranoid.
we were talking...
You've got jealous bones. You're the sort of person whose stomach's hungrier than you. What absolute fucking nonsense.
Do you know, like how we were talking about eyes, weren't we? He said the thing is, you've got to be able to relax, and the way to do it is to focus. Right? He said, I said, what do you mean? He said, when you go to sleep.
You're the sort of person whose eyes can see further than you can.
He said, when you go to sleep,
Close your eyes and see. Instead of just leaving them open staring at the
But
ceiling.
Carl, keep breathing.
Yeah, keep breathing. Close your eyes. You're not dead. It may seem like it, but you're not. You're just asleep.
so he said,
Oh, fuck me.
he said, what you've got to do when you go to sleep, focus on your toe.
Okay.
He said, and just think about nothing else. I said,
He's a witch. Did he say to put a toad under the bed?
No, he just said focus on the toe and see how you go on and what have you. Next time you come in, let me know. Anyway, I gave this a go, focusing on the toe.
So what does this mean? You mean you sat in bed staring at your toes?
No, this is it. He said, like, lie down,
Visualising
shut
it.
your eyes, and sort of look at it, sort of thing. So I was lying there, and it just wasn't working because
Oh, Carl, this isn't medicine.
I was
You were
the
thinking of a
eyes.
finger.
Well, no,
He found out he was thinking of someone else's toe. Next day, someone called up and said, Carl, my toe's better.
no. The problem was I was still using the eyes even though I had them shut.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that means. My God.
Oh, God! Oh, God! Just when I think he could never come up with so much stupid, he pulls that one out of the bag!
Right, so what does that mean?
Oh, God!
You were still... What does that mean?
I was straining them. I had them shut, but I was sort of looking down at me.
You were trying to see through your eyelids at your toe.
Well, I was looking down, so I'm thinking that's where the foot is. Because of that, I was straining them and they were stinging, so I had to pack it in.
What an
I'm
idiot.
gonna die! I am going to die! Right.
So if anything, this
Okay.
guy's just made your stress levels worse.
Yeah,
That's
I said that to
amazing.
him.
That's amazing. Okay, if someone out there's listening, could you put in order the top 10 most stupid things Carl's ever said? And to
Nobody
me,
can do
that
that
is
at
number
this
one.
stage.
That is now number. Well, that's overtaken. Is your brain in charge of you, or is you in charge of your brain? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, chimpanzee, that has only gone and written it down.
Ooh, it's diary.
The jingle there to announce yet another reading from Carl Pilkington's diary. When are you going to write until, Carl? What have you got? You going to do
I've got to do
as far as December and then that's it?
the diary end.
31st December usually.
Yeah, do
You
it
know the
till
whole
then.
way there?
Typical, always the same.
Yeah, that's when I'll do it till, and then
Why do that? Why be conformist? Why end on December? Why not end on January the 31st? Weird that you should go. Don't be constrained to what the diary
Please.
says.
Me mam called me to ask me to like... Fuck me, you're right. Look, that should be. Me mam called me to ask me to look in some of the magazine shops in London for a magazine that she can't find. It's called UFO Data. I said, I ain't heard of it. She said she's seen an advert for it in one of her ghost magazines.
I love the fact that she can't even find the magazine about unidentified flying objects.
So we get a clue
She
there.
thinks I think I saw something, but I don't know whether it was a magazine or not.
So we get a clue there as to why you give any credence to this crap.
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's I mean,
Mama Pilkington's into the same shit.
there's a lot of space out there, isn't there?
She said that this magazine has got news story about how Aldrin (brackets astronaut) has got some evidence that aliens exist.
Yeah.
I told her that I found out today that the days are about 36 minutes longer on Mars. We chatted about how this is how they are more advanced than us. Do you mean the Martians?
Yeah, if they've got a longer day, that's more time that they're awake working on stuff.
Right. Yeah. We know that makes no difference at all.
No, it does.
Think about it. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Look, think about it. 6 o'clock here.
Yeah.
People are going, see you tomorrow. I'm going home. They'll be going, oh, another half hour. They've got a longer day. Productive.
And that's why they're able to fly.
That's why they're whizzing around. It adds up, doesn't it, over the years?
Christ almighty, what drivel!
Suzanne got in from work at 11:30. I told her about the UFOs in Mars. She said she's too tired to chat. I said, does it mean aliens will be more tired than us, or do they get more sleep? I got no answer.
She doesn't care. She doesn't care.
I love it when
It
Suzanne
scares
goes in.
her.
She never indulges
No,
you.
it
does she?
scares her. Anything with ghosts and UFOs, she sort of...
It doesn't
ignores
scare her,
does
it bores
scare
her.
No, it scares her.
Okay. I'm knackered today, and the face feels dry and spotty.
He's gone.
Oh God, what's wrong
It starts off moaning. The first thing he does is start moaning. He wakes up and goes, oh, fuck me, I didn't die. Oh, God.
I'm knackered today, and the face feels dry and spotty. I think it's the change in water since being away, or it could be all the Madeira cake I had yesterday.
I'm the best.
But what's the Madeira cake drives you out, is it?
Well, it's just quite fattening, isn't it? But I like it. It's one of these little pleasures.
Suzanne I went for a wander about to try and find the UFO data magazine from my mum. I didn't know which category to look under. There were too many magazines. I noticed how on the rude magazines, the women are being pretty rude on the cover, but on the gay magazines, it's just a fella smiling, showing a bit of arse. I don't know why gay blokes would buy it. Blokes have got their own knob to look at if they like knobs. Why were you looking at the gay magazine?
No, I wasn't. It's just that
you were?
No,
You studied them.
Yeah, because I was looking for UFO data. I don't know where they put it.
I don't think you find evidence where the world's down men's pants. Yeah, I don't think you want to boldly go where no man's ever gone before, Carl.
I had no luck trying to find the UFO data magazine. I will try some other shops. He writes UFO data magazine every time. He can just put UFO mag. But
No, but it
You wanna be
reminds me.
right. You wanna
It's sort
be
of-
specific,
If
yeah.
I write stuff down, it means that I remember it more.
Sure.
So, still looking for it.
Got some posts from Oxfam. They're flogging animals for Africa again. They've got new animals in their catalogue now. They've got donkeys and alpacas. Donkeys 50 quid, alpacas 20 pounds. I don't know if this is a special rate or if I could get one from a mam. She's been saying how they've been missing having a pet since they had the cat put down.
Sorry, you don't get it. If you buy that for someone, you don't get it.
Yeah, but they're not bothered where they're going.
Yes,
as long
they
as they're
do.
getting
Of
the
course
money.
they don't. They don't deliver them. It's not like they're in a warehouse wondering, thinking, I hope people buy this. They're going to put them out there. They're
But at the end of the day, 50 quid's 50 quid, and they're not bothered. If they're
Right.
sending an alpaca to Africa,
Yeah.
and I'm saying, can you get one to London? To them, that is less hassle.
right. Carl, that's not how it works. You can't just go and say, oh, I'll have one of them.
They're not bothered. It's for charity.
Carl, of course they are. You can't buy an alpaca for 20 quid. Christ, oh, mate. Plus postage and packaging. They're big bastards.
Read about a pub that is getting some stick because they've stopped a horse going in. It's been the horses regular for ages. But there's been some new owners who've taken over the pub and they said they're serving fresh food and don't want a horse in there anymore.
It's one of the craziest ones, I swear.
Oh, God. We've got to publish this diary.
There's some dynamite stuff in
We've
here.
got to publish the diary. I mean, this is never mind, peeps. Can't we put this out next year or something with a special CD? It's amazing. You can't keep this from the world, Carl.
I met Suzanne after she finished work and we went for a brew in another cafe.
God, Jesus.
It's always having a brew in a cafe.
It's like a sitcom.
Suzanne said I look tired and fed up. I think it's because I ain't been sleeping.
Or the Madeira cake, we don't know. Always been going to every news agency in London, looking at gay magazines.
She taught me some way to breathe that will relax me. I wasn't feeling that relaxed though, because the person behind the counter was banging about making a coffee. Noise stresses me out. I wonder if less deaf people die of stress than people with working ears do.
Oh, it's the theories. It's the
It is
theories.
such a noisy world, though, isn't it?
It is. London is noisy, very noisy.
I think just everywhere, just noise in general. You
Yeah.
say, you know, like every noise has been used at
Yes.
least 5 times or something.
What do
I
you mean?
remember this as well.
Because there's
That's
only so many
insane.
noises in the world.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, there's only so many
What do
noises.
you mean every noise has been used 5 times? I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means.
Because
I don't know. I've no idea. Every noise once has been used at least 5 times.
there's only so many noises. It's like a piano, isn't there? There's only so many notes.
Yeah.
And there's only so many noises.
Right.
But because there's so much stuff, the same noises are being used again.
I don't know what that means.
By whom? Who's reusing the noise?
By whatever.
So
So
a
you'll have,
woodpecker when it's woodpecking?
yeah, some birds make noises that would sound like a Ford Escort. Just because there's only so many noises that people can use.
What is he talking about?
Noises are a byproduct. Outside an instrument,
Yeah.
noises are a byproduct. A machine, they don't go, what should we make this noise, make this machine? It makes the noise it makes when it's doing
But why
something.
does it make that noise? Why not pick
No.
another noise?
They don't pick the
Well,
noise.
who's picking
I know.
the noise?
A
That's
printing press makes the noise because it's the sound of the thing
Exactly,
going
talking
down.
about
You
these
know,
two different
a
things,
hammer makes
maybe.
that noise because that's what it does. No one's going, oh, can we make this make a different noise? No, it's a byproduct.
I know. So there's only so many noises.
I don't know what you mean.
You said the byproduct is because of something that's happening. right?
But it's
Yeah.
the physical action, isn't it, and the way that impacts on the surrounding air. That's what how noises are manufactured. It's not a choice.
When Steve Vincent's rocket came, and I went. I went. Can you make it go? It's what. That's the noise it made.
I know, but then, say like a new frog comes out.
Oh, what do you mean a new frog comes out?
They find a new type of frog,
Right.
it makes a noise, and
Yeah.
they'll go, yeah, I knew it was going to sound like that.
What are you talking
Because
about?
there's only so many noises. No animal comes out and makes like a weird noise, and you go, I've never heard that noise before. They go, oh, that sounds like a chicken. Or it sounds like a Ford Escort. Or there's only so many
What
noises.
frog sounds like a Ford Escort?
No, but
there
there'll be
can't be
some
many
animal.
because you've used Ford Escort twice as an analogy here. So you're running out of noises. You've come up with chicken and Escort so far.
I can't
But the
explain
problem
it.
is, a Ford Escort sounds a
You
bit like an
can't
Austin
explain it,
Allegro.
no.
So
I
don't
know, yeah. And a chicken, you're ripping off the turkey, you cunt.
No, he can't explain it. Definitely.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is competition time.
I think my worry there is people might get confused with it because that jingle's very
Yeah.
similar to the Monkey News jingle.
There's aspects of it that's similar, yeah.
Yeah. It's just some people might have just heard that and they might have just heard chimpanzee and thought, oh, great, it's Monkey News. But Carl presumably is too lazy to have actually prepared any Monkey News.
Oh, I've got some good news about Monkey News, actually.
Have you?
If you are craving Monkey News, then there is a special Monkey News poster in the CD, the 3 CD box set, the Ricky Gervais Show. Got everything. It's got the 12 shows and MP3. It's got the best of, and it's got an extra hour of brand new material as well. And the reason we did it on CD is because some people were saying, I've heard about this, but I can't listen to it. I haven't got an iPod. I haven't got a computer. So buy that for a friend who can't listen to these.
It's the perfect Thanksgiving gift.
It is the perfect Thanksgiving gift, or Pancake Tuesday. And we've signed one that's going to a lucky winner. We did a competition on the last podcast to give away one of the CD box sets, the World of Carl Pilkington, and we've signed that, and Flannels of the Deep, the new book in the series.
Can you remind us, Rick, of the quiz question?
The quiz question was, do you want these?
Okay, and what was the correct answer?
Yeah, I
It
remember
was
that, yeah.
yes.
Well, we've had... it's amazing, actually, how many people didn't realise that was... We've had a lot of people saying, no, I'm not interested, who are you, why are you bothering me?
purpose, I'm
But,
guessing.
amazingly, Rachel Bolland from Glasgow has got the correct answer. She said yes. Now then, we need a new question, Rick.
Yeah, should we give those away again? Should we
Let's give those away again, same things again. Not obviously
Okay.
these, we'll send these to
No,
Rachel. We'll
different
get them
ones.
separate
You get so you get. Do you want a signed CD, the World Carl Pilkington and Flannels of the Deep? Okay.
Plus, we can also add to that, Rick, the forthcoming extras script book.
Ah, not just a script book, Steve.
No.
It's got some wonderful pictures, but that taken by Rich Hardcastle of people like Ben Stiller and Sam Jackson and Kate Winslet behind the scenes.
In their
And
off-duty moments.
and it's brilliant. It's really good. We'll put some pictures up on the website. Go to rickygervais.com and you'll see what you could we'd be winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got that perfect collection of stuff, but we need a new quiz question.
Okay. Okay. So those prizes. Does someone else want them?
Does someone else want them?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if you know the answer to that, then get in touch. Podcast at rickygervais.com. Good luck. It's a tricky one.
Oh, good luck anyway, because I never read the emails.
Okay.
Well, that's the end of the second in this series of
Just
3
one.
special podcasts. That was the end of the Thanksgiving edition. With me, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant,
See ya.
and Carl Pilkington.
All right.
Thank you to Positive Internet, the guys that host this podcast. They're doing a great job.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
Okay, we're done. Nice to see the caliber of prizes has gone up from their XFM days. It's almost like they're trying to like erase like the taste of those nasty prizes from the Ladder 49 and the there were some god awful things in there. It was like the best of wind, like something about like wind and then the weather. And air guitar, and there were some really shitty ones. Now, as I predicted, this one had chunks from the animated version, But it's clear. It's clear actually that there were also parts that they left out. There were some really interesting parts that I can clearly see why they didn't include. I don't think they could have put Carl talking about the magazines in detail, at least. You know, that's a little. His detours may have been a little too X-rated for that. He said something early on. He said, this may be like top 3 quotes for me, honestly. He said, "I don't like fun," and then he sort of improved it by saying, "I don't like organized fun." You know, I think that's one of the amazing quotes that he actually said, because that's true. That explains 99% of his worldview. He doesn't like organized fun, so he doesn't like occasions, anything, birthdays, Christmas, you know, any kind of occasion, any kind of anything. Everything is organized, right? What kind of fun is not organized? I mean, even if you go on a trip, it's going to be organized. So what does he like? Random, unpredictable, you know, like by chance fun. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. And you know, it's interesting. I didn't pick up on this when I first heard it, because I was doing the animated version. I didn't do XFM yet. When he said this story about kicking me on height and how he forgot to put his leg down and he fell on his back, it reminded me that this man has no instincts. He just doesn't have he has no reflexes, you know. Like, he has to think to produce a reflex. Because I immediately remembered the thing about the bird muck. On XFM, he said he had the bird muck on his ear, and instead he just left it there for half an hour and went and did this and did that. He didn't clean it. You would think the first thing that happened, if it happened to you, the first thing you would do is like, you know, you gotta remove that. You gotta remove that. You're not gonna just sit there with it. But he has no reflexes, and he has that kind of instinctive behavior. He doesn't have it. It's just empty, you know. So he has to actually produce a thought, and then the thought has to correlate with the response, which to us comes automatically. Like it doesn't. We don't need to think twice about doing this. To him, he needs to think it, you know, and it takes him half an hour apparently. Oh God. Well, okay. But okay, this is another. It never fails, right? It never disappoints. Well, whatever it is, it's just that he's gonna produce some magic. Amazing. Anyway, one more of these to go. I think the Christmas one. Probably gonna even hate that the most. I bet he hates that the most. The Christmas one. We'll see. For now,